You all right?
Good. The I had this like brain thing. Did I show up for your lesson Friday morning?
No, no. But I wasn't sure, like, yeah. And no big deal or
You
anything.
know, but you know what happened that day is my tooth broke.
Oh,
And I ended up having to have an emergency root canal.
oh
And
man.
I then I was in so much pain over the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just starting to go away. And last night I was eating my first real meal, and the stuff they put in there like started chipping out in my food, and it was the first like real food I'd had in
Yeah.
48 hours. So I was like, oh no. So then I go into like panic mode again, like traumatized again. And anyway, and so I was just, looking at your notes, and I was like, I remember moving this lesson here,
Yeah.
but I don't have any recollection of it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I,
well,
I'm so sorry.
no,
I
no, no
owe
worries.
you. I owe
Yeah,
you. So
that's fine.
we need to reschedule that. Can we reschedule that reschedule? And we will do this
Yeah.
today, but can we reschedule that reschedule?
Yeah, that should be okay. I'll have to check my work schedule, make sure I don't have anything
Okay.
crazy going on, but I think
So, just if it's any uh, usefulness to know, where are we? Today we are 27th. Um, do you want me to send you a couple of times? Or do you want to just look at it right now? And then you
oh,
can, or do you have to check your work first and then you can give me some chunks of time?
yeah, I mean, I have my work calendar up here. I can check real quick. I just want to make sure Friday.
Let's see. Yeah, I could do Friday morning at the same time, and I would not be limited to 30 minutes that day. So we could do the full 45-minute makeup. And I'd be glad to do that since I totally skunked on you on Friday.
Yeah, yeah, no, 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 no
So,
worries.
so if May 1st works, it can work for me.
Okay. What about well, let's
It would have to be on the early-ish side again.
see. Yeah. No, that's probably Jack's. Alright, so we got Thursday and Friday. Let me get back to you tomorrow. I'll just
Sure,
check with my coworker and my
sure.
boss.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in there.
Okay.
Um, is 8:15 to 9 okay? Like, I mean, and then you check it, and
Yeah.
we can always redo it. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. 8:15 to 9 should work.
okay.
I'll have to double check. 'Cause if it, yeah, I got stuff going on, but I might be able to swing that. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll have to get back
Yeah.
to you tomorrow.
Just let me know. I'm just getting it in there so something else doesn't get into it.
Got it.
And then, so it's there, and let me know tomorrow.
Yeah, yep.
All right, cool. Again, I'm so sorry.
No, yeah, no worries, no worries.
um, have you ever had a tooth break or chip? Or, you ever had that?
No, I mean, I've had a root canal before, but I've never had. Oh no, I did actually a long time ago. Yes, yes. I was goofing off with my brother, and he accidentally and he like socked me in the mouth, like not like no, he wasn't mad or anything, but like we just kind of
Just
goofed off,
killing
and
it. Yeah.
he broke off the bottom half of one of my front teeth, and
The bottom half of one of your front teeth,
yeah,
like the whole
and
tooth came out.
not the whole tooth came out. It was weird. It kind of like knocked off the bottom half of it, so they just put like a cap on it, basically.
Yeah. So
Um,
weird.
yeah, yeah.
So, yes. Well, so you've had a root canal.
Hmm. Yeah, no fun.
No, that was not fun. I was not excited about that. I have pretty high pain tolerance.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I mean, I lived obviously, but I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
When the stuff started coming out last night, I was more like, I don't want to have all those shots again.
Yeah.
That's the worst part of it. Uh,
Yeah.
Okay, who cares? Let's move on to you. All right, we've been recording all this. Sorry about that. I should have waited. But all right, sometimes I wait and forget, and then so it's better to just have all this extra. Okay, for one little thing, a little resource I just learned about today that I'd never heard of. So, there's all these AI meeting transcription services now and summarizers and everything. Well, I found a free one. And they even have a free YouTube video transcript generator. So, I'm gonna send it out to my students, but I literally just learned about it, so I'm telling you about it right now. Because if you took your YouTube video from your lesson, you can feed it in there for free, and then if you open a free account, then you can generate the summaries, but you don't have to do that to have the transcript. Unfortunately, this transcript has all the time things. I think they just lift it right out of YouTube's automatic transcription. That's my guess, because that's a service they can provide for free, because there's no real, the only value add to that is that they're doing it for you instead of you sitting there copying it. But this saves you a few minutes. So if that's of use to you, I will. It's called Tactic, TACTIQ.io. So that's of any help, but I'll put it in your notes too. All righty. Let's see what we've got going here for you. Let me go to, where are we? 27th. All right. Have you had a good, now 2 weeks? Have you had a good 2 weeks?
Yeah, but not been too bad. It's been kind of same old. Working on some remodels in the house. So I finished some. I took a day off of work today, and I finished up one of the floors this afternoon. So
Are you doing like a house flip? Or are you trying to sell your house from?
Oh yeah, not a house flip. Just trying to sell my house. So I had to put new floors in 2 of the bedrooms. So I just finished that this afternoon, and then that was the floor portion. I gotta go back and put the trim in, but then I need to go in the basement and redo the floor there. So that was kind of and then of course all the repainting. But as far as remodel work goes, it's just the basement's the last thing you gotta do.
Big fun! We've done that. We've lived in a house we're redoing twice. So, yeah, good times are had by all. But all right. I am glad that you have had a productive day. I'm going to give you a big ovation, because sometimes we just need that. You just got to celebrate all the wins. All right, so now let's sing and have fun.
All right.
Right. So you've definitely earned it. Yeah. Are you doing the whole floor refinisher thing, like all that, the wood thing?
They had carpet, and so I ripped that out and put in the LVP
Yes.
flooring. So
big fan.
yeah, so and it's really easy to install too.
It is.
So it was very, it didn't take super long to do it, except cutting around some of the corners and stuff was a pain. But
yeah,
so I got that finished up. And
yeah.
just got to do the basement. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. It's very satisfying.
Yes, it is. It looks so much nicer now and so much cleaner and stuff.
And it's ready for a flood. Like literally, that's what we love, LVP. All right. Okay. Let's do some fun stuff. Okay. So I just put the transcription thingy in your notes. All right. So we are talking about the respiratory process. I sent you some videos about that.
Yes, I watched them. The phonation.
Okay. I mean, phonation. Yeah, we are doing the respiratory process, but phonation was the last thing. And any questions about those?
I mean, nothing in particular.
Okay. Okay. Made sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. I'm the most amazing teacher ever.
No, I
uh,
mean it was definitely new information for me. I mean, I never really understood how the larynx works, things like that. So
oh, 100%. What you would have no reason to, honestly,
yeah.
the um, but it is the handiest little gizmo.
Hmm.
It's such a fascinating little body part. Um, but no, me too. I mean, I didn't know for like
Yeah.
20
So
years into my career, so.
yeah, and the biggest takeaway I thought was in one of the videos you mentioned how like our job is kind of to support the function of the larynx,
Yes.
letting it do its job, and we're just there to support it. So that was the
Uh,
biggest takeaway.
is to support the Laren doing
I did go
its
afterwards
job.
and I looked up a video on YouTube to see if they have anybody recording like the larynx actually working. But
Wait, do what?
I said after I watched the videos on pronation, I did try to look up on YouTube to see if they had any type of recording of like of a because you mentioned like
Oh, being able to
the scope.
see it.
Yeah, so I did look that up. That was kind of interesting.
Oh, it's really fascinating.
Watching it function. But,
I have been to an ENT many times
mhm.
and seen the scope of my own
Oh
voice
wow, okay.
going up and down my scale and everything. Yes, it was really fascinating. I think I even have the pictures of that somewhere around here. But yeah, it's fascinating. I have a book. I am such a nerd about all this stuff. I've just been studying it for a long time. And there's I don't even know where that is right now, but there's a book that I was studying it before it was cool. I find it just both kind of like gross and cool at the same time. I
Yeah.
don't, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that that was hopefully helpful. All right,
Yeah.
now, um, let me show you. Did I show you the trumpet lips thing?
No.
Okay, let me show you that real quick. Um, because kind of now that you are more aware of just how we resonate, right? I mean, a little bit. I mean, we mainly talked about how does the sound get created, right? With the air pressure and the airwaves and all that jazz. And I didn't go back and review. I send those videos out, but I literally haven't looked at them probably since I made them. Do I show the pictures of the compressed airwaves
I think so.
in any of them from Seth
Mm,
Riggs' book?
well, no, not that. There's one picture like I think it was from his book where it showed they show the kind of spiraling and
Yes,
all the dots like building up in the underneath the larynx. And so yeah, I know what
yes.
you're talking about.
That is compressed air, right? Those black dots are pictures of air, and then the darker or the more, dense those dots are, that is the more compressed the air is. And every time that compressed air bursts through the larynx, that is one sound wave. Okay. So now that is like, I don't remember what I say in those videos, but that is like, because they're all part of I had an online program. I still have it. I just don't use it. I should put all my students in it, but because it had sequential education about your voice,
Okay.
um, and but so it taught everything sequentially, so I didn't have to think about. I have to say it over and over again.
Yeah.
But so the next thing is like, okay, well, my voice is made there, but that's where it's created, but how does it get its unique, like how does it get fuller,
Hmm.
right? And how can I make it louder, right? Did I talk about that in the videos? I
No,
don't remember it.
I don't think so.
Okay. So so we have learned about respiration. We have learned about phonation, which is the creation of the sound.
Yep.
And then resonation is how that sound gets amplified and then created with your, unique vocal signature, basically. So let me, and the long story short to that, but with a really good metaphor, is like if you take a guitar string and you stretch it out to a certain length and it's a certain thickness of the string because guitar strings and harp strings and piano strings and all the kinds of strings, they have different thicknesses, right?
Okay.
So they do, and the thicker they are, the lower it's going to be. The thinner they are, um, the higher it's going to be. The higher the pitch is going to be because they're going to be able to vibrate at different frequencies, and they have to be different lengths to produce such frequency of vibration. I mean, all this kind of stuff. Okay, so but if you took that guitar string, just take an average guitar string, you stretch it out and you hold it and you pluck it or use a pick and pick it, it's going to make a sound because it's going to produce vibration. It's the vibration that produces the sound waves. But it's not going to be very loud and it's not going to be very robust, right? It's just going to be like you're going to hear it making the sound. But if you take that same string and you stretch it out over a guitar body with a hole in it, those sound waves are going to go in there and they're going to bounce around and they're going to come out, and it's all, like nanoseconds, but it's going to come out as a full and beautiful sound. It's going to, and the unique imprint it's going to have is going to depend on how you plucked it, what instrument you used to pluck it, how big the chamber is of the thing you're plucking it over, how big the hole is, what that chamber consists of. Is it wood? Is it plastic? Is it titanium? Metal? I mean, like whatever it is, it's going to impact the unique vocal or the sound imprint of it. And our voices are the same. So you, Jared Domsic, you have a voice that's unlike anybody else's. That's why, for security, one of the layers of security can be a voice recognition system, right? Because theoretically, without intervention, there aren't two voices that are going to be the same because we have different constitutions of our bodies. We have different bone density even. So even two identical twins are going to have unique vocal imprints. It's going to sound real similar, but they're going to have unique vocal imprints. So that is the thing about resonation, is where those, after the sound is created, where those sounds get to bounce around and become amplified and become enriched, so to speak, before they hit your ear. So they're going to hit your ear with all those various imprints. If that's not fascinating, I know I'm a geek, but I find that really fascinating. Like that it can transfer to your eardrum and your brain can process the texture of sound. So that's why, people, I've often had people who were good singers, come to me and be like, but I'm just like, I mean, it's my dream, but who am I kind of thing. And I'm like, you're you. And that's the point. And there's nobody else who's going to have your voice ever. Never before, and never now, and never to come. And on top of all that unique imprint, you have your own life experiences. So that's because I'm just talking about the physical qualities of a voice. Then you add the emotional processing of it, and you have a completely different take on everything. So every voice matters, and every voice is unique, and every voice has something to bring and something to bless the world with. So, anyways, that's my little soapbox there, my little preaching soapbox. Um, all right, let me show you this little picture. All right, because I think it's so effective. There are a couple things to know from this picture. You can see at the top, it's the mouth and the pharynx. All right. So I'm not going into the anatomy of this too much. I just really want you to see some big things. Number one is clearly this person's mouth is open, right? This is called The Anatomy of the Voice. That's what this is from. And, but this person's mouth is open. Now, and we're going to practice that in just one moment. You're rarely going to hear me say open your mouth. You're really going to hear me say drop your jaw. Because when you're singing, um, the more tilted your head, okay, I've got 1 minute. I don't want to jump ahead. Let's just continue. Let's just notice that this figure's mouth is open. And it's not just a little bit open. It doesn't look like, it's extended as far as it possibly could be, but it's open. And here, because a lot of students will ask me, like, well, how far should I open my mouth when I tell them, drop your jaw? Um, 2 fingers. I can't do it right now because I guess I have a root canal. But if you will take 2 fingers, you're going to practice right now. Stick them sideways in your mouth. Go ahead and do it. I can't do it. I can only do one. But okay, there you go. Okay, and now take your hand out, but leave your mouth where it is. Okay. So you want to practice feeling what that feels like because you're not always going to have your mouth open that much. Sometimes you'll actually have your mouth open a little bit more. Last night I went to the movie theater and I saw a concert of an actress and singer named Nicole Scherzinger. I didn't know this, but she used to be the lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls, which I never even really knew much about. It was kind of like the precursor to the Spice Girls and like all the other people in the mid 90s, early and mid 90s. And let's just say they weren't exactly the genre I was going to be listening to, or like visually, very sexual. Anyways, but I didn't know that. All I knew was she's been on Broadway a bunch of times, and I've seen her, and her voice is phenomenal, just phenomenal. And so I learned about this show, and I was like, I want to go see this. So my husband gamely came along. And he had never heard of her, but anyways, she's impressive. But she, there are times when she communicates with her mouth not open a ton, but most of the time is open pretty biggish. And there were times when she was just like you could fall in her mouth, right? So, and that is true for most singers with really big voices, like just genetically, anatomically, they have just big mouths, honestly. Um, it's just it's interesting.
Yeah.
I did have a voice teacher teach me. Her thinking was if opening your mouth is good, then opening your mouth as wide as humanly possible is going to be better, but that's not because she taught me to dislocate my jaw with taught me how to do that, and I did it for like a year, which is stupid. It's not a good idea, and don't do it.
Okay.
So all my dentists ever since then have all been like, that woman shouldn't be teaching, or she should at least change that.
Yeah.
But okay, so um, and by the way, I'm sorry, I'm doing all this talking without you being able to see my face, but I don't
Yeah.
think you can see my face. Can you see my face?
Yeah, there's a little like thumbnail at the side.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, but you do want to feel what it feels like to have your mouth open about 2 fingers width, and you want to do that regularly, and you want to watch yourself in a mirror, because here's the thing. I just want you to listen real closely and just listen for a second. So if I'm talking to you like this, I'm going to try to talk as loud as I can, but I'm going to keep my jaw pretty closed. But I am trying actually I'm trying to be loud. I'm trying to be loud. But this is about all I can generate, even with a super open throat. But if I just relax my jaw and drop it a little bit, but especially If I drop it a lot and I elongate the vowels, then you can understand me and you can hear me, right? I mean, that's just a little teeny little thing. But when you're singing, people tend to clam up for some reason. They might even be people who are like big mouths, so to speak. Like they're talking all the time and they have a really big mouth, but when they sing, they feel like super self-conscious. But here's the thing. When a singer when a person who's singing sings with a really closed mouth, they appear timid and not like a confident singer. Just opening the mouth can make a huge difference, A, in their confidence. So it's kind of like, if you build it, they will come. Like, open your mouth and you start to generate the confidence, but also the perception of your audience of you as a confident singer becomes something that now they're expecting. You're a confident singer because look, they're opening their mouth. They're not thinking this consciously, but that's what subconsciously is happening. Because if I'm singing, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's sorry, I just took a sip. By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. Right? So if I'm singing like that, that looks one way. If I loosen my jaw and drop it and elongate my vowels, which I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot today, but just to make the point, and I got to also raise it up a half a step, but oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? So just doing that little teeny change makes us sound better and makes you look like you believe you're a singer. Okay, so that is one point about this. The other thing about so remember those compressed air, those sound waves, the compressed air pockets. Your teeth are like the last service, the last gas station before the Gobi Desert. So it's like the last place that when you're opening your mouth, you're creating some structure for the sound waves to bounce and get out. We're going to talk about that in a minute. That's the trumpet part of this. But when you keep your lips off of your teeth, and I'm going to teach you how to do that in just a second, then it gives just that one more extra little place where the sound waves can bounce and get out of your mouth, because they don't do anybody any good stuck inside your mouth, right? So, so back to this little picture. You can see here that there's a little bit of space. It's not like, I always think of like Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, or the, Planet Earth, and the chimpanzees they're going like, you're not doing that, okay?
Okay.
It's like people feel when I teach them this technique, they're always just freaked out that I want them to sing like a chimpanzee or something. Like, I don't. But you're going to train like a chimpanzee. How about that? You're going to train because you're going to teach your muscles where you want your muscles to go, and then they're going to go there. So, and over here with this whole trumpet idea, the bell of a trumpet. Now you play brass, don't you?
No.
Oh, nothing. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay, sorry about that. So, but okay, brass. Why is the bell of a trumpet, or a trombone, or a tuba, or any of the above, clarinet, why are they shaped like a bell?
I don't know. It helps the sound waves bounce.
Yes, it helps the sound get out. I mean, that's end of story. That's why they're shaped like a bell. It's much better than it being, shaped, concave, right?
Right.
It's going to trap the thing. So it's like, all right, Get on out, fly, my friend, be free. So that's what we want to train our lips to go that direction in practice, like a mad fiend at work, like you want to train. And then when you're singing, your lips are going to go more that direction normally, but you're not going to look weird. You're not going to look like a chimpanzee. You're going to just look normal, and the sound's going to get out of your mouth. Like that's another interesting thing happens too to the vocal quality. Like I experimented with this a lot with students over the years. Um, and it has an effect on the tone quality as well. Um, and what I have just kind of figured out from figuring it out is that the dropping of the jaw produces a spaciousness in the back of the mouth in addition to just dropping the jaw. When you drop the jaw, um, you can feel the bottom of your mouth kind of go a little bit like this, which produces a little bit more space down that way. But you can also feel if you drop your jaw and then say like ah or something, or even ah, in almost any vowel, you will feel your soft palate rise. So you have the and again I apologize, I can't do it very good today, but the you drop your jaw, and in dropping the jaw you create also a little bit stiffer cheeks, because otherwise your cheeks are flappy, whatever, mushy gushy. When you drop your jaw, it just kind of straightens them out a little bit and creates a little bit of structure and a little bit smoother surface, less friction, if you will, for getting the sound waves out. And these are all, they sound picky and they sound small, but taken together, it makes an enormous difference in the tone quality of any person's voice. So, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to train this way, and we're going to drop the jaw. We're going to use our two fingers. You're going to use your two fingers. You're going to drop your jaw, and you're going to point your lips like a trumpet. Like that. That's good. And you want to be able to see at least the bottoms of your top teeth and the tops of your bottom teeth. That's what you want to be able to see, because you want it to be like the bell of a trumpet. Yes, we don't want the choir boy. No, we want the opposite. More, and a a consonant that can help you shape this is W, but not the closed part of the W, like not like um, Mao like that, but maw like that. And we say grandma, and freeze your lips there. Grandma, that's what you want. You want, and if you think you can, I'll just give you all these different things you can think of to um, I used to have students like imagine some food they wanted on the other side of the room, and the only thing they could move was their lips, no other part. You can't move your tongue, nothing. The only thing you can move is your lips to go get that food. So, you can think about that. You can think about the like stretching your lips like in a kiss, but that's more pursed like that. So, but if you were to open like that, but I think just think of the bell of the trumpet is like the best picture you can give yourself. So if you just continually think, drop your jaw and do bell of a trumpet, you're going to do yourself a world of good. All right. So that is all I have to say about that. Do you have any questions at the moment?
I guess as far as like practicing that, is it just spending so much time in front of the mirror or something?
What a good question.
Shape that?
You should definitely do this in front of a mirror. So, or in front of, if you're videoing yourself as you practice, which is always a good idea, especially, I mean, You don't have to practice yourself forever. You don't have to record yourself forever practicing like an entire practice, but you do want to regularly video yourself practicing so you can check up on yourself. You're your best teacher. Remember, your video is your best friend as well as your worst nightmare. So it's going to tell you the truth and you're going to learn stuff about yourself. That's why every elite athlete watches the videos of themselves, right? So, but every performer who's any good obsessively watches videos of themselves performing and analyzes them. Just buckle up, buttercup, and do the job, right? Because you want to get better. And nobody, nobody has to do it with you. But you gotta face reality, right? That's the face reality. So now, in terms of how do you apply this? So, say for example, we're doing. Let me see what. Let's see. Okay. So labeling 1 through 3. You have that whole exercise video that I gave you of me leading exercises. We've got all that stuff. Let me see which of these. Ooey, ooey, that was it. But anytime you're doing ma, anytime you're doing any kind of open vowel, you want to practice that. Ma. So I want you just to hear real quick the difference between me doing the mouth shape, just doing a basic thing like ma, and not. Okay? So here I am, not. Ma, ma, ma. Right? Pitch is fine, whatever. Okay? Here I am doing the stuff. Ma, ma. So you get, well, you tell me, what could you hear?
Yeah, like you said, it definitely sounded a little bit, I don't know, like more full, I guess. It's kind of the biggest difference I noticed.
Yep. It's fuller, it's louder. When you're not like, I can hear there's a bunch of like audio, like degraded audio stuff. Like there's so much, it's almost like we're in a wind tunnel. I don't know. Can you hear that? It's really high level of like, you can't hear that?
A little bit, it might be my air conditioning unit.
Oh, it probably is. Which is totally fine. I don't care. But like, but those things like detract from being able to hear the tone quality difference, but you can tell there's a pretty big difference. And then the question also of like, how do I appear when I'm singing? Which one, and you can look back, I'm not going to do it again, just look back at the video and ask yourself, well, which one is somebody I'd rather go see?
Yeah.
Would I pay money to see that first person, or would I pay money to see the second person? You wouldn't pay money to see anybody sing ma's, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So in your book, and I think my book might be upstairs, but I've got all my other labeling books up here, down here, but I don't have the other one. But let's see, you don't even know, I don't have down here that ma number 1, which would be the one I just did. Ma. Oh yeah, you have that on the video.
Yes.
Ma number 1. Okay. Well then let's do ma number 2. All right. Okay. So ma number 2 is similar to ma number 1, except that you don't do the little hum at the beginning. You just start out. It's got a little bit more action going on. You're going to be moving. Let me demonstrate it, and then I'll talk about what's happening here. I'm going to demonstrate it in my range. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Let me double check what microphone it's got for me. Okay, good. All right. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Okay, so what's happening here is there are 5 ma's. 4 of them are traveling ma's, and the last one is the landed. Stick the landing. Your gymnast. Stick the landing. So we've got ma, 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 ma. Okay. So let's go down here for you. Okay. I'm gonna do it up an octave because I can't sing that low. So here's you. Right? Is that a good? Is that too low? Hold on.
I
Let's
mean, a
go
little
here.
too. Yeah. Ma, ma.
Oh yeah, you're a not how. Let me find some you can hear that. Okay. Let's try this.
Ma, 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 ma.
But hold
Sorry.
on, I want to make sure we're in the same.
Mm,
Yeah, that sounds right.
ma,
Ma, ma, ma, ma, ma.
ma.
Good. I still feel like you're an octave lower, but that's all right. Let's go. Here we go.
All right.
What am I
Ma,
doing? 1 and 2 and ready and sing.
ma, ma, ma. Ma, ma, ma. Ma.
So I got them 4 moving mas.
Sorry, sorry. Sorry. What's the pattern again? I'm sorry.
Uh, Look at get it. Do you have your labeling book?
I do. Yes. Yes.
Hmm. It's going to be somewhere around the beginning. I think it's in there because I think it's in every book. Oh heck, let me run to the top of the stairs. My book's right there. Just a second. I'll be
Sure.
right back.
Yep.
Well, guess what? It's not in your book. Well, let me show you it in a different book. And for the moment, you can take a screenshot of it. All right. And I'll just do one line so you can get a decent. Let me get it to focus. Come on. Come on. I want focus. Just a second.
Yeah, think that.
Oh, that's not it. Hold on. This is it. There we go. It's
There we
finally focused.
go. Got it.
Got a
All
screen
right.
cap of it?
I do. Yep. Yep.
Okay, good. Um, all right. So now, let me show you one that doesn't have the flats in it. Give me a normal. Here we go. So if you look at this one, it's easier to see the shape because there's nothing confusing like sharps or flats.
Okay.
So we have, you do or do not know the staff.
Not really. I know it a little bit, but
Okay. All right, no problem. So, all right. Okay. So, but here's what you can know without knowing how to read it. You can look at it and you can go, okay, well that note is on a line. That note is on a space.
yep.
That note is on a line. It's not the same line as the other one was. You know, it's a line lower. This is on that space. So you can just know by relative position
Yeah.
what they're doing. So this is the first move. This is the first moving ma, ma, and this one's going up. You can see the movement,
Yep.
ma.
Yep.
This one's back to that same starting note, ma, ma, ma. Okay, does that help? Does that make more sense?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
All
Yep.
right, very good. All right, let's do it. Let me take this off of here so you don't get seasick. Boom. Boom. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Starting again. Ma, 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 ma. All right. Focus less on the words for a few of them, or not. I mean, on the notes. Focus more on the lip shape. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Yes. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Great shape, looking good. So good, yes. Yes, good. Good. We're gonna stop there because my next student's already here. So, good. That was good. Great mouth shaping. That's so. In doing any exercises you possibly can,
Mhm.
throw that in there
Okay.
as a training bit, and we will. And let me know about Friday morning.
Yeah, I should know tomorrow. I just gotta touch base with my coworkers and because we got stuff Thursday and Friday. I gotta figure out who's covering what.